Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So this video is not clickbait, this is not fear porn, this is real life SHTF for American citizens. Guys, we know our politicians, our government's crooked. We all see it, we all know it. And there's always been that backdrop, that kind of, even a buffer zone. You always have the US military that will still stand for what's right in the country. So I thought. Now, I am former military. I was in the United States Air Force, and this new DOD directive, actually it's should be popped up there for you guys. DOD Directive 5240.01. This is an actual legitimate thing that was effective release. It was September 27th of 2024. This is giving the military the authorization to use lethal force against American civilians here in America. Yeah. So guys, there is a link for this article, this document. You should go ahead and take a look at it, this directive. We're going to go and scroll through to the actual thing that affects us the most. And this is because of civil unrest, civil conflict. They're giving the U.S. military permission to work with local law enforcement, state law enforcement, federal, a whole list of them. And they are allowed to use lethal force against American citizens. They're even allowed to use unmanned vehicles, drones, on Americans here in this country. So let's go ahead and scroll through here and get this popped up here for you guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this for you guys so you can actually see, read along here. This is 3.3. This is a section, and it is page 13 of this document. It's like 22 pages in this document. Levels of authority. Subject to paragraph 3.1. You can scroll through and look at that stuff, guys. Defense intelligence components may provide personnel to assist the federal department of or agency, including federal law enforcement agency or state or local law enforcement agency, where lives are in danger, in response to requests for such assistance in accordance with the following approved authorities. Is the Secretary of Defense approval. Down in section C, assistance in responding with the assets with potential for lethality, or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. Such use of force must be in accordance with DOD 5210.56, potentially as further restricted based on the specifics of the requested support. D. Provisions or use of DOD unmanned systems in the United States, except as delegated by the Secretary of Defense pursuant to October 31st, 2023. Secretary of Defense Memorandum. There you guys go. You know, I was a huge arguer over Kent State. I looked at, this is back years ago, many years ago, guys. Should be a headline there for you, exactly when it happened. I believe the National Guard had opened fire on a civilian population that was a protest group. There was noise, backfire, or fireworks, something, and it spooked the military. They opened fire on civilians. And I argued that, well, hey, you know, it was all heated, something happened, accident. I don't know, maybe because I did serve and I just never thought anybody would openly say that they're going to be using the military. And we saw President Dumbledore there threaten Americans that you think you can take on the U.S. military with your AR-15. Well, we have F-16s or, whatever. And that was an openly threat to American citizens because we have a right to question our government. We have a right to change our government. Our government's willing to use the U.S. military against us. So guys, I just want you to read up on that documentation. The link is in the description. Read it all the way through. That's a long, lengthy document. There's 22 pages long. This isn't good. This is how far the tyranny of this country is. That they will use military force, and lethal force at that, to keep civilians in line. All we have to do is receive a request from state, local law enforcement that, hey, there is a danger, lives will be lost, we need military intervention. And it will get approved. I'm at a loss of words on this, except this is bad. This is very bad. Now, I know plenty of military personnel. I got a lot of good friends that are still in serving. I know they will say, I'll never do it. And then it goes to the punishment they receive for going against a direct order. And it's not a slap on the hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you're incarcerated. When they started thinning out the herd of military, the old school, the ones that wouldn't fall in line with the new political agendas, we got a new military. It's not from when I was in. It's not from when my generation before me was in, and their generation before. That would come from a long line. It's not the same military. I mean, they've got now, you can go get your transgender surgery, whatever, if you sign up today. Be all that she can be, or you were a he, and whatever. New slogan. That's me trying to make light of the situation a little bit, and I shouldn't do that. It's very serious, guys. I don't know what to tell you on this. When they talk about groups of civilians, they're referring to militia groups, our constitutional groups that every state actually should have a standing militia. That's one right there. Large groups, civilians, that's protesting. That's another. Let's say it's not a large group. Let's say it's just a family that's hunkered down somewhere. And it's more than one. Call in a drone strike. I don't know. I want to say that all you have to do is stock up food, stock up water and stuff like that, like we do as preppers, but I've always said you're not going to stop an Abrams tank tearing down your street, rolling through your house. I would recommend everyone to work on having a backup plan as far as getting the hell out if necessary. I'm all for fighting for what's right. I'm all for fighting for our original country, our Constitution. But it's like David versus Goliath. You're going to run in with your level 4, level 3 body armor, your AR, a couple mag pouches, and before you even get to it, they just level the area with a howitzer. I'll let you guys have the discussion here in the comment section, guys. Just, again, be careful what you say. You will be put on a list. This is a social media platform. Big Brother does watch. The platform watches. Watch what you say. It's just, you know what? before I even got into this article, Wipe and I were already talking about this. And we're mainly looking at what's going on with political structure, our government, and everyone wants us to keep on jumping on, well, Trump's going to do this, Trump's going to do that. Trump's a politician just like the rest of them. There's other agendas at play, and they do all fall in line. They'll sit there and make you think something. I mean, everybody remember Operation Warp Speed? They made sure they got that arm jab for everybody quickly. And he was involved with that. So, to each their own on that. I know I tick off a lot of people on that. I do not put all my faith in a man, especially a politician. But we were looking at things from political structure, what we're seeing in the country, what we're seeing as far as the poles moving, temperatures changing, storms, and we've been looking for a backup, get the hell out of Dodge location. And I'm not talking about just our bug out plan, you know, 30, 60 miles away or whatever. I will never tell anybody where we actually have our bug out plans. But we're actually looking at out of country. Just to know we're safe. Anyway, guys, some of you need to sit down with your family. Some of you need to really look at this, make some plans on this, and just be safe, man. Every single one of y'all, be safe. This is horrible news. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.